What's up, guys? I'm a fish, and today I'm going to be continuing my Humanity Restart series. In the last video, we saw a few wars in East Asia here, including Manchuria annexing Korea, who fled to the Japanese island of Kyushu. Um, an outbreak of several civil wars in China. By China, I mean like these Chinese civilizations, which led to the creation of this state. Um, And we saw a massive war in the Middle East, leading to Oman getting their independence from Persia, taking back their former lands, and Ethiopia annexing two countries in the Arabian Peninsula. Now, I'm going to start off this episode by saying that I have done some things in America. There hasn't been any wars. No, I've expanded all the existing nations and added a few new ones, including 4 civilizations down in South America. Now, all of this new land does not have major cities yet, which means new countries don't have capitals. When I get back from vacation, I will do a live stream where I update all the major cities, capitals, provinces, all that. So let's go ahead and get started with the actual events of this episode. So first, we are going to start in Egypt. See, in the last video, Egypt invaded into the blue team and took a bit of land in the northwest here. But that land isn't connected to the rest of their territory. They have to go via sea. So they're going to change that by invading this little place right here. Wrong tool. So the Egyptian army is pretty swiftly going to take the capital city and begin to push down the Sinai Peninsula. While at the same time, they're going to come in from the other side and take the rest of the Sinai Peninsula. Now, that's not really that much of an event. So, immediately after annexing this country, Egyptian forces are going to move north into this country that used to be part of Transjordan before it split off into these 3 nations right here. Egypt is going to, once again, very swiftly be able to capture the capital, and at the same time, forces are going to push up the Nile River and take the entirety of the Nile River Delta, which I guess just means they take all the territory they had cut off over here. So Egypt is now quite a bit bigger. They have access to the Mediterranean once again, and all their territory is connected up. Next, we're going to be jumping not too far away to Bulgaria here. You see, with a quickly rising threat to the northeast being Ukraine, Bulgaria has decided that they want to be a little stronger, maybe prevent their death if they can. They think they can maybe prevent their death if they can prove themselves as a strong nation. And to do that, they are going to be invading into Greece. It's going to start with forces immediately pouring into this northeastern region, nearly taking the capital, but it doesn't go super successfully. Over here in modern-day Albania, however, Bulgaria does make gains and manages to begin pushing down the western coast of Greece. The forces then meet up with the existing front line, and together they push and capture the capital city. So Bulgaria is going to take a majority of Greece's land, and Greece themselves is going to move their capital to be right here. We're going to be moving over to Denmark here. Now, if you remember, a while ago, before Denmark lost everything to Prussia, this Red Nation was created through people in Denmark fleeing to Sweden because they wanted to continue expanding. So Denmark, now in desperate need of power, is going to claim that this country is still theirs. So they are going to, obviously, when this country denies that it is part of Denmark, Denmark is going to decide that the only option is to invade it. Forces are going to flood in from Denmark's territory in Norway, immediately walking down the coastline towards the capital city, which at the same time is attempted to be captured by Denmark. Fortunately for Denmark, their navy manages to fight off the Swedish, I guess I'd call it. I don't know. Colin told me to call it something else. I don't remember what that was. So yeah, they managed to fight off and take control of the water nearby, so they can send their forces over to make a landing in the capital city. The two areas will then group together as Denmark takes more territory. Sweden here, clearly losing the war, is going to call for help. And what'd you know? There's someone nearby that really likes invading Denmark. Huh. Well, that sucks. For Denmark, really. For Sweden, this is great. I mean, they're just walking right through Norway. Good for them. So in the peace treaty, Prussia fully annexes Jutland and these islands over here. Meanwhile, the rest of Denmark's territory, being just Norway, is going to go over to Sweden, making them a lot bigger. Also, one thing I'm going to bring up, a small piece of lore that I never mentioned, I don't think, or at least in one of the videos, is canonically now, in a live stream, I decided Croatia here now has a drug trade going on. Yay. So yeah, that's a little bit of lore that I never brought up, but now I brought it up. So let's go somewhere else. So we're going to look at Portugal now. The last thing they did was they invaded Galicia, and now they have 3 other countries outside Iberia that contain land in Iberia that they want, being Gascony, Milan, and North Africa. Now, out of these 3 nations, which one do you think would be the easiest to take on? A. Gascony, B. Milan, or C. It's definitely not C. Portugal is going to decide that they're going to go after Milan first. The reason they do this is because they know a specific someone that can help them out. But I'm not going to say it until they get in the war. So you'll just be left questioning who I was talking about. Milan is going to be unprepared for this war. They did not think Portugal would go after them first, simply because it's going to create ugly borders. And everyone knows that is a good basis for whether you should do something or not. But Portugal is going to pretty quickly manage to take all of the Catalonia region. And then that special guest I was talking about is going to enter the war. That being Switzerland. Switzerland is going to push up the coastline, just dashing towards the capital city. Milan is going to be slightly more prepared for this war, though, because, they knew it was going to happen again eventually. Switzerland's going to start pushing in the north out as well, taking a major city and following the border of Italy. 2 pieces of occupied land are going to push together, and then they're going to reattempt to push for the capital city, which has just been taken by Portugal. So yeah, actually, now that I think about it, Portugal is the number 6 ranking. They really don't need help, but they got help, so good for them. So Portugal is going to annex all of Catalonia as well as the capital province of Milan. And Italy is going to annex the rest of it. Next, we're going to be looking over at Malaysia here. Oh, you see, Malaysia has done absolutely nothing for their entire existence besides join the silly little alliance that's going to lose a war in a few episodes. So Malaysia here, for the first time ever, is going to do something. They're going to expand down south to all of... Is this Sumatra? I believe this is Sumatra. Anyway. And then they're also going to annex that island and then make a small colony on the island of Borneo. So there's someone that doesn't like Malaysia expanding. And, okay, I'm not even gonna... It's South India. They don't like Malaysia getting more powerful. So they are going to also create a small colony on the island of Borneo. Except it's going to be a little bit bigger. And then, to better prevent Malaysia from expanding, South India is also going to order their ally Cambodia to make a small colony on the island of Borneo. And the three nations together are going to split up the island. Cambodia is going to get all of this land right here. Malaysia is going to get all of this land right here. And South India is going to get the rest of it. And while these three nations are arguing over Indonesia, this Northern Australian nation is going to decide that they want to get involved as well. And they are going to claim these islands over here, nearby to their territory. Next, we're going to hop over back to... We're going to hop over to the formerly Korean nation, who is going to, well, one, claim these islands right here. I don't know why they didn't before, but they're going to begin to expand into Honshu and this island right here that I don't know the name of. Now we're going to hop over to Central Asia. The last thing that happened in Central Asia was this state breaking away from the Green Nation and the Pink Nation, which was the leader of the Central Asian League, getting annexed by Ukraine. The rest of the Central Asian League members weren't sure what to do with the alliance, so the alliance broke up. And now we're going to begin to see some aggression from one of the former members on another one of the former members. And that is going to be this bluish-purplish country invading into the green country. They're going to immediately take all of the coastline, and then Fish is going to realize that he never gave the green team a new capital. With this knowledge, the bluish-purplish country is going to pretty easily push down all of the green team. This is what Central Asia looks like now. As we can see, the green team got fully annexed by the bluish-purplish country. And now we can see that Central Asia is becoming a lot more aggressive now that their alliance is gone, and now that they have not one, but two major powers on their border. Those two major powers obviously being Ukraine and Prussia. Wait, hold on, did I say Prussia? Sorry, I meant Persia. Obviously, Prussia's in Europe. Huh, silly Fish. What's gonna happen next, dude? Why do I not write scripts for this, dude? Like, if I wrote a script for this, I would know what I wanted to do for the episode, and it would be a lot easier to record. But I don't make scripts. It makes all of this a lot more difficult. So how have your guys' days been going? Mine's been going pretty well. I'm on vacation right now. That's cool. Now we're going to go over to these countries over here in Eastern Europe, kind of Central Eastern, because like Eastern's kind of like over here. Anyway, As you may know, I have not done anything with any of these countries. Um, but now I will be doing something with one of these countries. Actually, two of these countries, because that's how war works. You see, this country right here going to decide that they want to be strong too. They have lots of strong neighbors like Germany and Italy and Prussia and Kaliningrad. Um, so they are going to look at their weaker neighbors, being this country, and they're going to decide a union with them. What were you thinking? Do you think they were going to go to war? How silly! Anyway, the capital city is going to be, sure, why not, that city right there. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you in the next video.